Gen Z is completely cooked when it comes to financial stability. Let me tell you what I mean. We're inheriting a broken system that's been neglected for the last 40 years, and it's on its way into a full collapse, and no one is saying anything about it. Don't even get me started on how we're all paying into Social Security, and it'll be dried up by the time we go to use it. Everyone acts like nothing is going on and planning to dedicate their 50 years into the workforce so that they can retire like normal. Traditional work doesn't work anymore. With the inflation of the dollar and increase in wages over grunt work, college is about to be phased out entirely. This plays against you despite what you may think because a lot of well-paying jobs require a college education, but people are too short-sighted to see this. Lots of guys start a new job out of high school for 20, 25, even $30 an hour and think that they're set because they're making $60K a year at 18, 19, or 20 years old. This is a lie. While you may be making $60K a year, it's not scalable. So many people think they'll go work a trade and start at 30 an hour and scale it up to these crazy numbers when really it stalls out very quickly after you leave high school. I admit, it's a good business model. You get on-the-job training so there's no prior experience required, no college education requirement, no other form of employment needs to be in your history, and you can just get the job. You get solid pay, and in a lot of cases, you get a good amount of overtime, which can lead to a lot more money being made. But it's actually harming your future. People think when they get to the higher levels of their trade, they'll be set, but this isn't actually very realistic. People come into money and immediately change their life. They'll get a newer car, a nicer apartment, or just a new home, more clothes. They'll eat out more and do so many little things that they don't need to be doing. They live at or above their means instead of below them, so they don't put much more into savings even though they now have a higher income with their pay raises. The vast majority of trade workers plateau unless they get into a super specialized section of their trades. So yes, you're making $45 an hour at 25, but you're still sitting in relatively the same ballpark for the next decade. You can't scale your income very effectively after the first few years, and frankly, you're not sitting at a lot of money if you want to retire early. The median income in the US for a 25 to 34-year-old is around $61,000. So you're definitely well above average with the trades, sometimes reaching into the $90, $100, or $120,000 for the higher ends of most trades. But the average person isn't retiring until 65 or 70, if ever. So does being above average really help you here? You're retiring maybe 5 to 10 years earlier. When you're 25, making 90 to 100K a year, it seems pretty good compared to the college student your age with 200,000 in student loan debts. But over the next 20 years, you will be outpaced by him. This doesn't even get into the fact that your biggest liability is your body. Even though trade unions oftentimes give you health insurance, you can only work these kinds of jobs for so long before you wither down and you can no longer effectively perform the duties that are required. Now, this isn't saying you need to go to college. There are lots of jobs that can pay very well out of college, like software engineers, doctors, or really anything in the medical or psychological field, lawyers, etc. A lot of entry-level jobs are currently being replaced by AI, and that's why college is actually a valuable asset. We no longer need people to just type things into a computer because big corporations save $20 an hour by not paying that person and just making an AI tool to do it. That being said, AI is a quickly expanding field to work in because they need people to make those tools, and college can be good for that. They're willing to pay crazy amounts of money to somebody who can make them an AI tool that will ultimately save the business a lot of money in the long run. So it's a fair trade for both involved parties. Software developers and AI specialist wages are skyrocketing right now, but there is still a catch even with that. Almost all of these high-paying tech jobs require you to pay into a very big debt to get into it in the form of student loans. So even if you're making $30,000 a year above the median, you're still using that extra money to pay off loans for years, sometimes decades. Not all of it, but still a lot of it. So what is the answer? College and trades are both good in their own right, but both of them fall apart as soon as you think about multi-source income. With the fragility of the United States economy and the uncertainty of the job market, having just a single income stream has never been a dumber idea. Even if you're making $20,000 or $30,000 a month, which is really good money, as soon as you lose your job, you lose all of it. Whether you get laid off or another pandemic happens, you could lose your entire financial source. Diversifying your earnings with side income streams is far more stable and less susceptible to failure. I know people need to work, and almost no one will be able to just quit their job and work online, but it's a lot safer to have multiple income sources. The answer is not to go all in on either right away. The rat race 9 to 5 won't retire you early, and the side hustle path won't retire you early. Obviously, there are exceptions, but I'm talking about the average person. It just doesn't work out for most people that way. You have to get extremely lucky or be extremely dedicated, which frankly, a lot of people don't have time to do. Don't consolidate all your eggs into an unstable basket. I get that you can always make more eggs, but that takes time, which is increasingly less abundant the longer you stay in the workforce and the closer you get to your desired retirement age. The best option is to have your job, but build income on the side, sort of like having your cake and eating it too. Whether that looks like YouTube AdSense, online coaching, selling digital products, SaaS, software as a service, or many other things that you could do. This is what I'm currently trying to do. I'm graduating high school in a few days, and I have a job lined up over the summer that's literally just grunt work for a roofing company, and it pays me $30 an hour, which is good money. It's about $4,800 a month, but that's nowhere near the numbers that I need to be making if I want to hit my early retirement and financial independence numbers. That's why I'm starting this channel. If you're also trying to escape this 9 to 5 rat race and achieve financial independence earlier, then this channel is for you. I go over my own personal stories with money, as well as plans and theories to attain this lifestyle, so if you're interested, then subscribe and follow along with me. With that being said, what is my actual plan to get into this? So right now I run a small fitness page on both YouTube and Instagram, and I have about 300 followers combined, and I'm looking to grow that over this next year. I have many goals set out for myself in both the fitness and the financial aspects of life. I'm looking to start online coaching and selling PDFs as online goods so that I can make side income from my fitness page. I'm also starting this channel to see how much income I can make from a dedicated community to financial early exiting. The job alone this summer will not be enough to help me achieve my goals. If you're interested in learning more about my specific journey up to this point, go and check out my channel. Thank you to everyone who stuck around this far in the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please drop a like. I'm happy that this kind of content resonated with you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along with this. We'll chat again very soon. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.